Hi there, hope you have a fantastic day today. This lesson, I will teach you how to fire primitive functions. Of course, there is a PDF versions on the description below for you to download so you can work with me. Otherwise, let's go straight into it. Next one. So let me just write y dash is equal to x squared plus 2x and we times x to the power of 3 plus 3x squared minus 5 power of 7. So let me just write f of x is equal to x to the power of 3. We add 3x squared minus 5. So we differentiate this. So f dash x. So that gives me 3x squared plus 6x. So if we take out the common factor, so that is 3 out. So that will give me x squared plus 2x. So this is this function here. There you go. So now what I do, imagine if I divide by 3 on both sides. So if I divide this by 3, so that will be exactly the same, right? So I need to divide by 3 on the left hand side as well. So this is f dash x, and I divide this by 3. So f dash x over 3 is exactly the same as a third of f dash x. So that is x squared plus 2x. So this is 1/3 of f dash x. So let me just write this down. So this is equal to 1/3 of f dash x. And this one here is f of x. So f of x power of 7. So now to integrate this, the rule is if we integrate of f dash x times by f of x power of n, so that will give us, of course, the x. So that will give us n plus 1. So that means f of x n plus 1 and then over n plus 1. So that is exactly the same as 1 over n plus 1. And don't forget, we need to add a constant. So then that becomes, so that is 1/3. So 7 plus 1 is 8. So let me just write this first, okay? F dash x power 8 is x plus 3 at 3x squared minus 5 power 8, and we divide by 8. Of course, I can just write like that as well. And then we plus a constant, do not forget. So now what I do, I just simplify this by 1/3 times 1/8. So that will give me 1 over 24. And that is x power 3 plus 3x squared minus 5 power 8. We add a constant. So there you go. Please pause the video and try this one yourself. Hi there, I'm back. How do you go? So let me go through them with you, okay? Before I do that, please do not forget to give me a thumb up and subscribe if you haven't done so you can help me to grow my channel. So let's get into it. So first of all, let me just write y dash is equal to 4x minus 5, 2x squared minus 5x plus 8 power of 9. So if we differentiate this function here, it will give me this function here. So therefore, this is the same as f dash x times f of x and power of 9. Correct? So now the rule is if we integrate f dash x times f of x power of n dx, so that will give us n plus 1 and f of x power of n plus 1. And then we divide by n plus 1. Or you can write 1 over n plus 1 times f of x n plus 1. And we add a constant. Right? So now that is equal to 9 is the n. So 9 plus 1 is 10. So let me just write 1 over 10 and then 2x squared minus 5x plus 8 power of 10. And don't forget, we need to add a constant, that is c. And don't forget, this is y, of course. Part B. So y dash is equal to x to the power 4, x to the power 5 at 9, power 5. So let me just write this down. So f of x is equal to x to the power 5 at 9. And if we differentiate this, f dash x is equal to 5x power 4. So now, if you think about it, if I times by 1/5 on both sides, so that becomes 1/5. So this cancel out. So this means that 1/5 of f dash x is equal to x to the power 4. So this is 1/5 of f dash x. So that is equal to 1/5 of f dash x. And then times by f of x, power of 5. So now what we do, we just use the rule. So to integrate f dash x times f of x, power of n dx, that will give me f of x and n plus 1. And then 1 over n plus 1. If you like, we add a c. So now n is 5, right? So we add 1 becomes 6. So this 1/5, we just write this down. And we times by 1/6 because 5 plus 1 is 6. So f of x power of 6. So f of x is x to the power 5, we add 9, power of 6. And don't forget, add a constant. So that will give me, and 1 times 1 is 1, and 5 times 6 is 30. And then x to the power 5, add a 9, power of 6. Don't forget, we need to add a constant. And this is y, don't forget. Okay, so therefore, y is equal to this. Part C, again, y dash is equal to 15 x to the power 4 minus 6. And x to the power 5 minus 2x at 4, power 10. So let me just write this down. F of x is equal to x to the power 5 minus 2x plus 4. So if I differentiate this, so f dash x, so the 5, we bring it down, become 4. So 5x to the power 4 minus 2. So if you think about it, if I times 3 on both sides, so I times this by 3, and this, of course, we times by 3. So that is 3f dash x is equal to 3 times 5 is 15, x power 4, and 3 times 2 is 6. So there you go. So this is 3 logs of f dash x. So let me just write this down. So that is exactly the same as 3 f dash x. And we times by f of x, power of 10. So now we just apply the rule. So we know that we integrate f dash x times f of x, power of n dx. So that will give me n plus 1. So that is 1 over n plus 1. F of x, power of n plus 1. And add a c. So now what we do, we just compare. So this is 10. So n is 10. We add 1, becomes 11. So y is equal to, because we integrate, so the 3, we just bring it down, we times by 1 over 11. And f of x is x to the power 5, we minus 2x plus 4, power of 11. And don't forget, we need to add a constant, so plus a c. So now what I do, I just tidy this up. So 3 times 1 over 11 is equal to 3 over 11. So let me write, therefore, y is this. So x to the power 5 minus 2x plus 4. Power 11 at a constant. So there you go. Last one. So y dash is equal to 3x plus 1. We times by 3x squared plus 2x minus 4 power 5. So let me just write this down. So let's say fx is 3x squared plus 2x minus 4. So if we differentiate this, So that is f that's x, and then that's 3x squared becomes 6x. And 2x becomes 2. And then we differentiate negative 4 is 0. So now if you think about it, I can take out the common factor. So that is 2. So we have 3x plus 1. There you go. So now this one here is the same as this. So what I do, if I times a half on both sides, so I times a half here, and of course, let me write this down. This is f dash x, okay? And we need to do the same thing on this side here. So times a half. So what happened now is this, you can cancel out. So that is a half f dash x is exactly the same as 3x plus 1. So this is half of f dash x. Let me write it down. A half of f dash x and times by f of x power of 5. So now we just use the rule. So to integrate this, of course, y and this a half here, we just write this down, the constant. So y is equal to a half, and then n is 5. So we add 1 becomes 6. So instead of times 6, we divide by 6. So that means 1 over 6. So times 1 over 6 and times by f of x. So f of x is 3x squared plus 2x minus 4 and power of 6. And don't forget, we add a constant. So now what I do, I just simplify this. So therefore, y is equal to 1 over 12 brackets. So 3x squared plus 2x minus 4 power of 6 add a constant. And there you go. I hope you got all of them correct. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.